This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Wednesday, June the 17th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with a warning from opposition leader Mia Mottley that Barbadians could be saddled with an additional $100 million more in electricity prices in the foreseeable future. In her near 4-hour reply to Monday's financial statement and budgetary proposals presented by Finance Minister Chris Sinclair, Mottley accused the Francis Stewart administration of selling out the country by entering into a power purchase and implementation agreement with Cahill Energy Limited, a waste management and energy security company registered in the British Channel Island of Guernsey. Waiving what she claimed to be the agreements and promised to make them documents of the House of Assembly, Mottley told the lower chamber last night that the arrangement, which calls for the construction of a plasma gasification and waste-to-energy plant at Vaucluse in St. Thomas to start on September 1st, would also place all of the major financial risks on taxpayers. The opposition leader blamed 4 cabinet ministers for concluding the transaction without the blessing of cabinet.
The government also has an obligation, sir, to make whole any default under this project. So even if the government is to walk away from this project now, the liability of the taxpayers of Barbados is going to be in the tens and hundreds of millions potentially. And that is why, Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker, through you to the Prime Minister, this implementation agreement has to be brought to the people of Barbados before this debate is over. Because this project is intended to start construction in September. And I can speak on behalf of the Barbados Labour Party and the members of Parliament who represent the area and the surrounding areas. And we can tell you not boat here. This will carry us to a new level in this country if 4 ministers believe that they can sell out the interests financially and environmentally and the well-being of citizens of Barbados in the way in which this is done. Mr. Speaker, the power purchase agreement provides for a capacity payment and a fixed price payment. Suffice it to say that the government can't be signing any power purchase agreement without sending it to the Fair Trading Commission, as it would have the Light and Power do. But what it is agreed to in this document is to pay 45 cents Barbados per unit hour, which we believe to be per kilowatt hour, in addition to something known as a capacity payment, which is effectively to ensure that the company has the capacity to deliver at any time. Mr. Speaker, I asked others to do some numbers for me. They told me that this electricity, if generated in the initial years, will cost $90 million more. It will cost $150 million as opposed to $60 million on the part of Light and Power. So you would be foisting almost $100 million more per year.
Describing Cahill Energy as a company only in name, Mottley also told Parliament that it is now up for sale after receiving a license from the Barbados government to raise money anywhere in the world. Mottley said the confidential information memorandum, which she suggested has not been seen by Cabinet, also revealed shocking and disturbing news.
This is what bothers me after I have been advised by scientists independent of my party and independent of Barbados. Cahill Energy Barbados' agreement, and I quote, with the government of Barbados provides that it will build a plasma gasification plant, hereafter PG plant. However, the protocol itself does not provide for the project to comply with any specific environmental standards. Mr. Speaker, the beginning of the second paragraph of a covering letter the purchasers. Come as you may, come as you will, do what you like. This country, Barbados, will not and is not enforcing for a technology that is untried any part of the world at this scale.
Debate on the budget continues today. Nearly 5 weeks after his tragic death, family members of 12-year-old Shemar Weeks were yesterday joined by scores of well-wishers, including his former schoolmates at both the Coleridge and Parry Secondary and Gordon Walters Primary Schools, for a touching send-off at the St. Patrick's Anglican Church in Christchurch. It was promptly at 9:30 a.m. that the white and silver casket carrying Shemar's body arrived in the churchyard. Moments later, the casket was opened at the back of the church, revealing his mortal remains, which were clothed in a cream shirt and tie. At the sight of the body, some mourners were seen wiping away tears. However, Mother Julianne remained seated quietly at the front of the church for the hour-long service, which was officiated by the Reverend Angela Phillips. The funeral service was briefly marred by an incident which occurred during the reading of the eulogy by family member Michael Blackman. Members of the media were asked by the funeral director Mark Jones to leave the church and were escorted out by police. However, in a fiery sermon followed by reporters from outside the chapel, the Anglican cleric told the packed congregation that the responsibility of raising a child was not only that of parents, but the entire community.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Dangerous son, anytime. This is Raspilly, and me well versatile. Anytime me drop, you know me drop it in a style. Whether raga soca or whether broke wine, the girls then come to me because they know me have the style. Whoopax, you don't know Raspilly the place.
Yeah, people, long time now you want to be a superstar, and right now you got the chance. Cause Barbados, they got their superstar crop over competition. All you gotta do is write your lyrics, set up your video, send it into them, and you got a chance to win up to $15,000 in prizes. You know that easy. Whoopax! Yes, I go from Facebook, Barbados Today/Facebook. You go check it out. People got to think they're rolling for you, so do your thing. You don't know. Whoopax! Yes, I.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news from the region now that the Jamaica Finance Minister, Dr. Peter Phillips, says the government cannot pay public sector workers the increased wages they are demanding. Government had previously offered public sector workers a 5% wage increase. However, protests from their respective unions led to the government offering an additional 2%. Phillips said the primary objective of the economic reform program under the International Monetary Fund is to reduce the amount spent on debt servicing and the public sector wage bill in order to allow the government to spend on services that will improve the quality of life for citizens. And finally, on the international front, we are hearing that one of the most powerful Al-Qaeda leaders has been killed. It was confirmed by an Al-Qaeda spokesman in a newly released video that Nasser al-Wuhishi was killed along with 2 aides in a drone strike in Yemen. More in this CNN report.
After we heard from Yemeni security officials yesterday announcing that Nasser al-Wuhishi, the head of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, AQAP, was killed, as they said, in a U.S. suspected drone strike on Friday. U.S. officials would not confirm the drone strike or that al-Wuhishi was killed. Now we are seeing this video statement coming out from the media arm of AQAP confirming that he was killed in a U.S. airstrike. They say no timing was specified for when this strike took place. They say that he was killed along with 2 other jihadis. Now, as you mentioned, they also announced a successor, the former military commander for the group. And this really, Rosemary, is a major blow to AQAP. Experts are saying that this is the biggest blow to Al-Qaeda since the killing of Osama bin Laden.
And on that note, we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a blessed day.